Hey guys, in this video I am going to be showing you how to make one of these super cozy to-go cup covers. This is a plastic cup that I use just for measurements, but it should work for any large cup that you use. It can be made in any colors or any patterns that you choose, but I'm going to start with the most basic one to kind of show you how to make one of your own for whatever size cup that you will be doing. Now this is a half double crochet. I'll be showing you how to do that. And these are great projects for if you have a little bit of yarn left from a skein and you just don't know what to do with it. It's not enough to do any other major products. It's a great way to still be able to use the yarn, not feel so wasteful. So we will start with a slip knot as before. And we will chain, we'll start with 8. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. Now for you to be able to size and guess how large, there will be a little bit of a stretch, but that still isn't quite big enough. So I'm going to go up to 10. So that will be 2 more. 9 and 10. Now to do a half double crochet, we still need to chain 2 to count for that height difference like we do with regular double crochet. So I'm going to hold this one with my thumb so I don't lose it. 1 and 2. And we start the same where we wrap the yarn, hold it, insert, pull up, but instead of going 2 and then 2, we just yarn and pull through all 3. Insert, pull through all 3. So this stitch will work a little faster. It will not be as tall as your double crochet, so keep that in mind if you start to blend stitches together. It's close, but it's a good step in between a single crochet and a double crochet. It's actually one of my more favorite stitches to use instead of a standard double crochet. Again, here at the end, we will do 2 chains, turn your work. Now it's nice because you can actually see the back of the stitch and where your hook is supposed to go a little better than your regular double crochet stitch. So you eventually get to the point to where it is easier for you to just move along without having to focus too much on seeing what your hands are doing. Now these projects are great to do, like I said, in any kind of stitch. I've seen people do chevron, I've seen people do granny squares, some really beautiful bubble stitches. And see, that's just about the right height that we want. I like to work my projects around the cup as opposed to growing the project up because it stretches a little more and I think it will hold its shape better than doing a up and down type of stitch. Instead of working the rows up and working around that way, I prefer to do the height and then work around the cup. So I have actually started and completed one, which will wrap all the way around. And to show you, you bring it around and you're going to want it a little bit of space because that little bit of a stretch is what's going to help hold it to your cup. So you're not going to want it to be a perfect fit around. You're going to want maybe 1 row short of what you would typically do, and to have it go all the way, because that stretch again is going to be what's going to help hold it to your to-go cup. So typically with projects, when you reach the end, you would want to weave this tail in. However, for a project like this, it is actually perfect to sew your ends. So all you're going to do is fold and then stitch this bottom row to this top row. So we can just easily take our yarn needle, go ahead and thread it. And being right-handed, I actually like to work this way, so forgive me. And you just go under the stitch, that same hole that you started your very first row, and pull through. I just do one stitch at a time. Sometimes you can go under both, or you can actually come up in the middle here. That's entirely up to you. Leaving the project this way will actually let it lay a little more flat, but for the sake of being simple, I'll just go under both for you for this project. Don't worry too much if your seams aren't as pretty as you would like them to be. I have seen a lot of people use different like patch appliques or a different shape applique, like a shamrock or a heart, depending on the holiday and season. You can even do an initial. I've seen people put pockets so that when you have somebody that is a heavy tea drinker, a hot tea drinker, they have a little pocket to put their tea bag in, which is kind of cute. Some people like to put buttons. You want to make sure you get the very end here too. Now on this last stitch, to anchor it in, I like to go through twice and then come up, and that will knot the work together. You don't want to pull too tight, you don't want too harsh of a knot, but it just kind of helps to lock it in. And now we're going to feed the rest of this tail through, and to do that we just go up the next row here, and you can see where the stitches are at the very bottom. Just feed it through for a couple, 5 or 6 stitches is fine. Bring it on through, tug a little tight, and trim. Like I said, I've seen lots of people do either cute buttons or sequins or something down the seam just to make it a little more personalized. But that's as simple as you can get. And then that will fit onto your cup like so. They make great gifts. They're great first beginner projects for craft sales and things like that. I've seen people sell them anywhere between like $3 and maybe $8 depending on the yarn that they use. It's a really quick project. You can get done within an hour typically. And it's as cute as that. If you have any questions, go ahead and send me a comment. You can also message me at Christine@keltheart.com. And you can find a lot of my other projects by following me at Facebook at KeltHeart5847. And I'll kind of keep you up to date on projects that I'm working on. I hope you guys like it. It's a cute, simple project, especially for beginners. And I look forward to seeing what you guys work up. Thank you.